Well, I tell you, so far in the American League here in 1908, it's been the story of 19. 1, 2, 3, 4 teams with 19 wins each, and the only differentiation between them is in the loss column. So if you can play fewer games than anybody else, you're going to be on top, and that's where Cleveland finds itself. The Naps at the Athletics here, and we have 2 of those 4 teams here for you today. National League, meanwhile, the Giants are running away with it. The Cubs keep losing. Giants have won 13 straight, and we'll see them, let's see, probably 2 days from now, we'll see them again. So here is Josh Clark to lead this off for the Cleveland Naps. His role is a 31 for a 9 strikeout for Jimmy Diger, 1 away. Diger picks up his 45th strikeout. 3-3 is his record, 2.43 ERA. Next man up is George Stovall, and the rule, as you can see, is a 53. See what I need to do to get the glare away. Well, I'm not sure anything's going to do it. A 35. Here I am reading it backwards. 35 for a 9, and that's another strikeout, 2 away. Here is Napoleon LaJoie. He rolls a 56 for a 34. Pop up over to short. Nichols has that. We go to the bottom of the first inning. And so for the Athletics, it'll be Eddie Collins. Collins rolls a 36 for a 33. As a pop out over to second, Napoleon has that, 1 away. Harry Davis now rolls a 12 for a 24. Ground ball to short, and Paring fields that, throws to first, 2 away. Here now is Topsy Hartzell. Hartzell hitting 241. Rolls a 44 for an 8. That's going to be a fly ball to center. Birmingham has that for the out, and we go to the top of the second. It'll be Bill Bradley here for Cleveland. Bradley hitting 219. His roll is a 63 for a 31. Fly ball to center. Coombs has that, 1 away. And here comes the other Clark, Jay Clark. And he rolls a 24 for a 13. Strikeout number 3 for Digert, who's having a heck of a game, 2 away. And here's Hinchman. And rolls a 66 for a 0 while he spoke too soon. Next roll is going to be a 16 for a 6. So that's hit to right center field, gets through the outfielders, and Hinchman winds up with a double for the first hit of the ball game. Here now, Joe Birmingham. Joe rolls a 63 for a 30. Fly ball to left. Hartzell's got that for the out. We go to the bottom of the second inning. It'll be Danny Murphy to lead this off. Danny rolls a 36 for a 33. Pop up again to the right side, and Napoleon has that, 1 away. Here's Simon Nichols. He rolls a 46 for a 27. Ground ball to the left side. Bradley has it on to first. 2 gone. Here's Aussie Schreckengost, who rolls a 51 for a 9. There's the base hit. First hit of the game for Philadelphia. That'll bring up Jimmy Collins. Collins is hitting only 188. Keeps being dumped down in the order. He rolls a 25 for a 9 and gets a base hit. That puts runners on first and second, and that brings up Jack Coombs. Coombs probably shouldn't be hitting 8th. I've kind of stuck him down there. Not sure what to do with him. He's hitting 292. And his roll is a 55 for an 8. Ground ball to third. Bradley throws to first. We go to the top of the third. Still no score. Exciting ball game. George Paring leads us off. He rolls a 56 for a 34, and that's a pop-up over to short. Nichols has that for the out, 1 away. Here's Glenn Liebhardt. He rolls a 44 for an 8. It's a ground ball to short. Nichols on to first, 2 away. And here's Josh Clark. Clark rolls a 63 for a 31. Another fly ball to center. Coombs has that, and we go to the bottom of the third inning. Be Jimmy Digert here to lead us off, the pitcher. He rolls a 51 for a 13, and down he goes. Glenn Liebhardt gets his first strikeout of the game. That'll bring up Eddie Collins. Collins rolls a 62 for a 12. Ground ball to first, and Stovall fields that and goes to the bag himself. 2 away. Here's Harry Davis. He rolls a 14 for a 43. There's a little E-roll. And it's a 34 outside the zone. Fly ball to left, and Clark has that for the out. And we go to the top of the 4th inning. George Stovall in this scoreless classic. He rolls a 22 for a 7. That's a single to right, and that'll bring up Napoleon. Stovall, what kind of speed do you have? He doesn't have an 11. That's what we're always looking for. Napoleon swinging away rolls a 12 for a 24. There is a little E-roll. It's a 23, so he is saved by the bell. It's going to be a ground ball over to short, and Nichols' throw to Davis at first ends up getting away from Davis, and the runners advance. So Stovall goes to third, and Napoleon to second. Nobody out. Here's Bill Bradley. The infield comes in. Bradley will swing away, rolls a 16 for a 28, and that's a ground ball to short, and Nichols makes the play this time, throws to first, 1 away. That'll bring up the catcher, Clark, and I think it's time to bunt. He rolls a 64 for a 13. That's a strike, misses the bunt. The runner's tagged out at home. Not what you want to do. 2 outs here, and Napoleon's at third, and the rolls a 46 for a 13. He strikes out. 4th strikeout collected by Digert. We go to the bottom of the 4th inning. Exciting game. Here's Hartzell. He rolls a 23 for a 32. Fly ball to right, and Hinchman has that 1 away. Here's Danny Murphy now. Murphy rolls a 65 for a 35. It'll be a foul out to the left side. Bradley has that, 2 away. And here's Nichols. Rolls a 12 for a 25. Ground ball to second. And Napoleon throws to first. And we go to the top of the 5th inning. Still no score. Cleveland had a very good chance to score and ended up not happening. Hinchman rolls a 45 for a 14 leading off, and he takes his base on the walk. That brings up Joe Birmingham, and it's time to bunt. He rolls a 15 for an 11, and that's a bunt that beats it out, and it's going to be an infield hit for Birmingham, and that'll bring up Herring. We'll bunt again. Herring rolls a 54 for a 45. There's a little E-roll. It's a 62 outside the range, so it's a good bunt to the left side. Collins fields it, throws over to the other Collins covering at first base. Runners advance a base each. And here comes Glenn Liebhardt with runners on at second and third, and he's going to swing away. He rolls a 12 for a 25. Again, we have another little E-roll, and it's a 32. That's a line drive over to second, and Collins grabs that one and then flips over to Nichols to double off the runner at second, and we go to the bottom of the 5th inning. Not much you could do with a roll like that, and here is Aussie Schreckenghost to lead this off. He rolls a 46 for a 27. Ground ball to third. Bradley fields that one, throws to first, 1 away. Jimmy Collins up. Rolls a 65 for a 35. Pop fly over to the left side. Collins has that. Bradley has that. 2 away. Wrong team. Here's Jack Coombs. His rolls a 65 for a 35. Pop up to the other side, the right side, and Stovall has that for the out. We go to the top of the 6th inning, and here's Josh Clark to lead it off. He's hitting .359, 0 for 2 though today. Rolls a 24 for a 13 and strikes out. Diger gets number 5, 1 away. Here's George Stovall. Roll is a 53 for a 19, changed to an 18. That's going to be a ground ball to Nichols, who boots it, and it'll be first on an air for Stovall, and that brings up Napoleon once again. 0 for 2 today, but did reach on an air. And he rolls a 21 for a 30, fly ball to left. Hartzell has that 2 away, and here's Bradley. Rolls a 14 for a 43. There is a little E-roll. It's a 25 outside the range, so it's a fly to center, and Coombs has that for the out. We go to the bottom of the 6th inning. No score, and here is Jimmy Digert. Pitcher comes up, rolls a 12 for a 24, ground ball to short, and Herring has that, throws to first, 1 away. Eddie Collins up next. He rolls a 21 for a 30, fly ball left field. Clark has that, 2 away. Here's Harry Davis. Davis rolls a 25 for an 8, single to left center field, only the 3rd hit for the Athletics. That brings up Hartzell. He rolls a 42 for a 14, so Liebhardt gives up a walk. First walk he's given up today, 14th this season in 53 innings. Up is Murphy. Philadelphia has a chance to blow this one open, and he rolls a 64 for a 13 and goes and sits down and goes back into the field right afterwards. We go to the top of the 7th. Here comes Jay Clark. He rolls a 15 for a 10, single to center, and that'll bring up Bill Hinchman, runner on at first. Clark not especially fast, so we won't hit and run with him. Rolls a 42 for a 22, and Hinchman's hit by the pitch. That'll bring up Joe Birmingham, and I think it's time to bunt again. And the roll 54 for a 45. Good bunt left side, and all Collins can do is throw to the other Collins. Pairing is up. Runners at second and third. 1 out. He'll swing away. Rolls a 25 for a 9. It's a fly ball to right, and Murphy makes the catch, but it's deep enough to score the runner, and that'll bring up Liebhardt with 2 outs. Runner on a third. 1-0 Cleveland. The roll's a 35 for a 13, and that's strikeout number 6 that Digert has collected. And we go to the bottom of the 7th inning. It'll be Simon Nichols to lead this off. His first roll, 41 for a 28. Ground ball to short. Pairing has it on to first, 1 away. Here's Schreckenghost. And Schreckenghost rolls an 11 for a 0. Then a 13 for a 6. That'll be a double to right center field, and that'll bring up Jimmy Collins. So 1-0 Naps, but they're knocking at the door. Here is Collins. I think he's going to bunt. Rolls a 42 for a 13. It's a foul strike. Try it again. It's a 25 for a 9, and so it's a bunt. A play for Schreckenghost to third base fails. There's no fielding decision, but Collins is credited with the bunt. That'll bring up Jack Coombs with runners on the corners. Now, we know that Collins is not particularly fast, so we won't try to hit and run. The infield does come in. The roll's a 45 for a 14. Liebhardt has walked the bases loaded. Infield stays in, and here comes Digert. And the question is, do you dare bunt with him? Now, the normal thing to do here is to bunt, but if you bunt with the runner on a third base and he rolls a 13, Schreckenghost is a dead duck. So do you risk the double play or not? There's not too much Digert can do positively, so what I'm going to do is just swing away with him. Controversial decision. and the roll's a 45 for a 14, and that's a walk. And that's a really, really big outcome. So Glenn Liebhard walks in the pitcher, walks the pitcher to walk in the tying run in this ball game. It's only the third walk that he's given up so far, and that really turns this one into a brand new ball game. So it's Dygert getting the walk, and we go now to Eddie Collins, and this game might be blown wide open here. Infield is in again. And Collins rolls a 26 for a 30, fly ball to left. Clark makes the catch, but the run scores. It's 2-1 Philadelphia. Here's Harry Davis. And he rolls a 42 for a 14. Liebhardt's just falling apart. That'll bring up Topsy Hartzell again with the bases loaded. 4 walks all in this inning. He rolls a 32 for a 26. Ground ball to second. And Napoleon throws to first. We go to the top of the 8th. 2-1 Athletics. Here's Josh Clark. Rolls a 55 for an 8. It's a ground ball to short. Nichols on to first, 1 away. George Stovall rolls a 16 for a 26, hit to second. Collins on to first, 2 gone. Here's Napoleon. He rolls a 55 for a 7, and he finally gets the base hit. He's now 1 for 4. It'll bring up Bradley, only the 5th hit for the Naps. Bradley rolls a 25 for an 8, ground ball to third, and it'll be third baseman Collins throwing to first. We go to the bottom of the 8th inning, 2-1 Athletics. Danny Murphy's up there, hitting 244. Rolls a 32 for a 26, ground ball to second. Napoleon on to first, 1 away. Simon Nichols now. And he rolls a 34 for a 44, fly ball to center field. Coombs has that for the out, 2 away, and here's Strecken goes. Aussie rolls a 44 for an 8. There's a single to left center field that'll bring up Jimmy Collins. Jimmy rolls a 65 for a 35, little pop-up behind the plate. Then Jay Clark catches that for the out, and we go to the top of the 9th inning. 2-1 Athletics. Hasn't been much offense. This is one of those games. Clark rolls a 41 for a 28, ground ball to Nichols, who throws to first, 1 away. Here's Hinchman. He rolls a 24 for a 13 and strikes out, 2 away, and here comes Joe Birmingham, the last hope. And he rolls a 34 for a 44. There is a little E. It's a 31, just missing the range. It's a fly ball to center field. Coombs has it for the out, and the Athletics have won this one. So the Athletics don't quite vault themselves into first place, but they make a better case for themselves. 2-1 final score, and it will be Jimmy Dygert getting another victory. He struck out 7 and pitched a brilliant ball game. Hope you enjoyed that one, and I'll talk with you again next time. Bye-bye.